Clearly, one of the most important jobs that Congress has is to represent constituents. Because we have an indirect democracy or republic style of government, the citizens sort of exert their influence and power by electing people that are essentially supposed to represent you. So one of the things you're going to have to know are the various representation styles. And it's a fancy way of saying like what kind of things influence the way that an elected official decides to do their job. So there are some members of Congress that we refer to as trustees. A trustee is someone who listens to constituents or people that they represent. But at the end of the day, when they have to vote, they're really going to use their own sort of best judgment to make the decision. So they'll like listen to the people they represent, but at the end of the day, they're going to go with their gut. I always like to say like, it looks like trust me. Like, hey, I hear what you're saying, but trust me. Like you elected me, I'm going to make this right decision. A delegate is sort of the opposite. This is a politician, a member of Congress, that they always are going to vote, or on some issues, they'll vote the way their constituents want them to vote, regardless of their own personal opinion. So the attitude of these types of representatives might be, okay, like I disagree with what a majority of the people in my area want, but at the end of the day, I'm here for you. So I'm going to vote the way you want me to vote, even if I don't think that's the best decision to make. Um, I'd argue today that many representatives are partisans. What does that mean? That means that the number one thing they take into consideration before they vote is what their party leaders want them to do. That at the end of the day, the thing that's most important to them is maintaining loyalty to their political party. And whatever the stance of their political party is on an issue, that's the way that they're going to vote. In all honesty, very few politicians probably are just one of these things. It might depend on the issue. The politicians that are the best politicians, like the master politicians, they're what we refer to as politicos. And this is a term that describes like an elected official that might alternate between a bunch of these different roles. That for some issues you'll listen to your constituents, other issues you'll go with your gut, other issues you'll maintain loyalty to your party. That you're able to make every sort of group feel like they're being listened to, and they tend to be the politicians that are most successful and they're in office for like the longest periods of time.